The weather is warming up. Actually, not necessarily this week or today. It's been like dreary. I love a rainy day, but it's been kind of gross. I was actually kind of hoping for a sunny day today, but that's fine, it's fine. But as we actually get into summer, we're coming into the time of the year where I feel the least stylistically inspired. In basically every other season, a bright spot of my day is waking up and deciding what to wear. But during the summer, I'm hot, I'm constantly sweating, and I just don't want to be here. I think I said this before, but I literally think I'm one of those people that gets like seasonal affective disorder, sad, during summer instead of winter. However, when I do want to look cute and I do want to dress up during the summer, there is one or rather two movies which is basically my full inspiration for those outfits. And that is Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. These movies are just summer fun and serotonin in a bottle. The songs, the vistas, and in my opinion, one of my favorite things about these movies is the costume design. I have to get my notes, hold on. Okay, so according to my notes, the first costume designer for the first movie was Anne Roth, and the costume designer for the second movie was Michelle Clapton. And I think both of them did such an amazing job at mixing 1970s ABBA and maybe like a little bit of Scandinavian inspiration and Greek inspiration all into one really cohesive design. Both movies as well, in my opinion. Full of personality and like an even mix of a sense of ease, but also a sense of fun, as well as light enough fabrics and really great colors for summer. So what I'm going to do in this video is make as many outfits as I can inspired either by specific costumes from the movie or by the general aesthetic that I think both movies give off. And I'm also going to show you guys how you can pull off this aesthetic as well. I did this semi-recently last fall for my Meg Ryan fall video, and I had so much fun. I feel like these videos are like such a mixture of everything that I love. I was a personal stylist for a little bit. I went to college for costume design. This is just all of my interests in one video idea. So I have a lot of fun with these. And just like last time, if you guys have any ideas of other aesthetics or movies or anything that you would like me to style, put them down below. I'm not promising that I'll do them, but I might. So in this video, we're gonna be starting off with outfits inspired by specific costumes from the movie. And then I'll kind of break down tips, tricks, general concepts, what I think the aesthetic contains. And then I'll make more outfits, kind of taking pieces from the earlier outfits to make new outfits that are just more inspired by the aesthetic. That felt very wordy, what I just said. Hopefully it makes sense. I also made some Mamma Mia inspired pieces, like I sewed and crocheted a few last year. And you might be asking, am I gonna use any of those in this video? Yes and no. No, because two of them are actually put away in storage. Through the winter, I had to make some cuts and put some things away, and those ended up going into that, so I just don't feel like going into storage right now. But I do have one crochet top that will come in handy in here, so yes and no. Before we get into any specifics, I actually put together a little lookbook that I'll show you first.
I have set my sights on a summer evening where we can watch the sky chase the morning. Us under the stars, you fall into my arms. There's no one else I'd rather be here with. And in the end, I'll be here when I feel your light warming up my skin. And in good time, we'll make our lives together under tie-dye sky. Watch the moon, glowing silver loom. Wait until the sunrise, and in the afternoon, meet me by the oak tree in the wind it waves its leaves. There's no one else I'd rather be here with. Together under tie-dye sky.
Okay, let's get into the outfits. Outfit number 1. I think this is probably the most iconic outfit from either movie, and it's Donna's overalls and white blouse plus straw hat, sometimes combo. Now, if you've been watching my channel for any time, you know that I'm obsessed with overalls, and I wouldn't be surprised if part of that love came from watching this movie years ago. Would not be surprised. So since I love both overalls and this movie, this outfit was pretty easy to recreate. I have my favorite blouse with this gathered detail at the top. Also, sorry, when I was filming, I didn't realize this glaring light in the corner, so I tried to diffuse it the best that I could. Anyway, with that, I have these dark blue cutoff overalls. In one scene, she wears like a straw cowboy hat, and I have this straw hat that I crocheted almost 2 years ago at this point. I even have this outfit down to the beige non-athletic sneakers, and outfit number 1 is done. I wear a version of this outfit all the time already, so I think this one was pretty successful. So I do show these overalls one more time in this video, but just for a little bit of like not so fun behind the scenes while filming this section. These are very old overalls. These are probably the oldest overalls I own right now, and they ripped while I was filming. So I'm either gonna have to thrift a new pair or make my own. Oh, they were my favorite. I'm sad. Outfit number 2 is another pretty popular outfit, and that is actually a young Donna outfit from the second movie with this like beautiful sunburst yellow orange skirt and a simple gray t-shirt. I think this one's become iconic in its own right because I've seen a lot of people, including myself, try to buy a skirt that was very similar to hers. That's what I definitely did. This orange skirt that I'm about to show, I bought it specifically because I wanted to look like Donna, who doesn't want to look like an effortless goddess somersaulting through an orange field. All right, as this is another favorite, I already had this outfit down pretty perfectly. I don't have a dark gray blank t-shirt, but I do have this band tee that my aunt gave me a while ago. Do I listen to That Much Journey? No. But I still wear it. With that, I have this rust colored skirt that I definitely bought because I was inspired by this outfit. I don't have a butterfly necklace similar to this one at all, so I just layered a couple of different chain necklaces with a gemstone necklace, which I thought would give that beachy vibe, as well as a kerchief for my hair and a yellow tote bag that I thought would go well. Originally, I think Donna goes barefoot, but I don't do that, so I have my favorite pair of slip-on sandals instead. This is another pretty common outfit for me to wear during warm weather, so another easy success in my book. Outfit number 3 is actually an outfit that I think is an underrated gem. It is one of my favorites from either of the movies, and I think it's only worn for a couple of minutes, but I love it. It's stuck in my mind for so long, and I'm finally able to like sit down and recreate it. Sophie in the first movie wears, I think it's a swimsuit with this eyelet cotton skirt. It's very like ballet core, but also still gives this coastal look that the movie is trying to give off as well. That's a great combo for me. I love ballet core. And that skirt is so gorgeous. If I ever see fabric like that, I'm buying it and making the skirt. But I do have some things that are similar to this outfit. So I started with this bathing suit that has a bit of a Mediterranean tile inspiration as the pattern. It actually reminds me a bit more of this bathing suit that Sophie wears, and then I wore it with this skirt that I just added a bit of eyelet lace to in my last video, which coincidentally makes this skirt look a little bit more reminiscent of the original. Then I was trying to come up with a similar shoe option. She's actually wearing Converses with her outfit, so I went with these dark sneakers. They didn't work as well as I thought they would, but the outfit is still pretty cute.
I also think a cute tank top or bodysuit could work equally well, but I think this is just an adorable option for a beach day outfit.
For number 4, we're going back to the second movie, or forward to the second movie, whatever, and to an outfit that I originally thought I was not going to be able to recreate. And that is this really cute and unique outfit. It is this diaphanous mini dress. I guess it could be a top, but I think it's a dress over a really cute pair of like casual denim shorts and cowboy boots. This outfit is just so interesting and eye-catching. And I don't have any mini dresses. I do actually. I have one mini dress now because I made it and it is plaid, so it just wouldn't work. I was able actually to find a few pieces that I think still like retains the general vibe of this outfit. I feel like I'm saying vibe so much in this video. Editing me is gonna hate this.
All right, I got as close as I could with this one. I actually have another blouse that works slightly better for this outfit, but a couple of the pieces from this video are currently in the wash. So for the visuals, we had to use a substitute. With that is a pair of shorts or jorts. And then to give the outfit a bit more detail, I added a matching hair scarf and purse. And then I finished the outfit with cowboy boots, which I definitely wouldn't actually wear during the summer, but for recreation's sake, I'm going with it. This isn't the closest I've gotten to recreating any of these outfits, and I definitely like the original more. I tried my best, and it was really comfy, which is important in the summer.
Okay, so we're going a bit fancy for outfit number 5, and that is in the first movie, Donna's wedding day, wedding guest dress. I've always loved this dress. It is so, like, the silhouette is so simple, but the pattern is so visually interesting. I love it. And then the red is just a good pop of color. I don't have anything like that, but I'm just saying the original outfit with the red pashmina, oh, such a good combo. And I actually realized I'd recently made a dress that would be perfect for this outfit.
So I sewed this dress in the spring, and while researching for this video, I realized how perfect it would be for this look. However, I don't have any red pashminas or cover-ups or cardigans, so I went for an analogous look instead with this lacy blue cardigan, and paired that with a similar colored pair of sandals. And to pull that red in just a little bit, I added these pomegranate earrings. This look is so pretty, and I do feel like it still looks reminiscent of the original look.
We are going back to young Donna, and this is another more like dicey, wasn't sure if I'd be able to put it together outfit. I'm realizing that my personal aesthetic is probably a lot more closely aligned to older Donna. This outfit that she wears when she does like Andante, is it Andante, Andante? I think that's the song. These trousers, oh, these like summery pants, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm just gonna gush over like specific pieces the whole time. And then there's this really cute, what is it? I don't have the pictures in front. I should have had the pictures in front of me. What am I doing? I think it's a denim bralette. And sometimes she wears a denim jacket, which isn't really that summery, so I didn't add that in because I couldn't wear a denim jacket in the summer, but it's really cute for the outfit. I've actually had this pair of red pants, I'm actually wearing them right now, that I have almost given up and like put in donations probably 3 or 4 times. I've had them for a long time, and every couple of years I take them back out and they become my pant of the summer. I'm so glad that I didn't almost donate them, and I did it again, and I kept them just in case, and I wore them for this outfit, and I've realized that yes, these are amazing pants. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be wearing these all summer. I fall in and out of love with them, but then when I fall in love with them, they are just the thing I wear that summer. So here we go.
All right, another young Donna look, and I do have these pretty perfect summer pants. Not the same color, but I definitely feel like it give a similar effect. Then this is where I used that one piece that I made last year in my Mamma Mia video, but it's really see-through. So I'm adding a t-shirt underneath it, and then I'm gonna layer that crochet top on top of that. And with all of that, once again, we are adding boots, which again, who wears that in the summer? Not me, but I will for this video. The color combo is giving a little bit too 4th of July for me, but technically since blue and red are primary colors, they are technically a color combination. But I probably wouldn't wear this outfit as is.
So outfit number 7 is probably going to be one of the simplest outfits in the bunch, but I just had the perfect piece, or a relatively perfect piece for this one, so I'm putting it in. And I literally just worked on this dress that I'm about to show you, so it was already in my mind, and in fact, you've seen it. You just saw it if you watched my last video, but we're being inspired by this dress. This is another outfit. In fact, I think it might, if I'm correct, be worn with the Sophie outfit that I did earlier. It's this beautiful, like brilliant blue dress with some white embroidery on it. The color itself is just stunning, but I do like the added detail. And I had a dress that I think could definitely give off the same look. I'm trying not to say vibe. And I thought with maybe some accessorizing, it could definitely give off the same feeling.
So here's that blue dress, and instead of embroidery, there's this pretty floral pattern on this dress, but I wanted to add a bit of that gold detailing, so I added this gold belt. Since there's also some white in this dress, I added a white kerchief for the hair again, and then I picked some sandals that I thought went best with the dress. I really love this outfit. It's definitely not one of the closest matches per se, but I really feel like this one captures the vibe. I'm sorry.
And to close out the specific outfit inspiration, we're gonna end where we began, with overalls. But this is a young Donna overalls outfit. They have her wear overalls a couple of times because the first overall outfit in the first movie is so iconic. But they do a really good job of like youngifying it and kind of imbuing it into young Donna's personal style. I think they did a really good job with that. So there's a couple of versions that I really love, but there was only one that I was able to somewhat recreate, and it's this one. It's this much more 1970s, much more fitted of an overall with this really cute, like delicate looking, but has a pattern on it tank. And I don't have any tanks like that, but I do have many overalls to choose from, so I tried my best to recreate this.
So for a tighter fitting pair of overalls, I went with this dark pair that I have, and I don't have any tank tops that are similar as far as like a pattern or anything, so I went with a light blue one instead that goes with the main colors of this aesthetic. By the way, this is another substitute. The tank top I wore was in the wash once again, and I added a handkerchief in a similar color with a pattern on it to maybe make up for the lack of pattern in the tank top. I belted the overalls to give it the most fitted look I could, and I paired everything with a white chunky sandal. I think this one's pretty cute. I don't know if I'd wear black overalls in the middle of summer, but I was trying to go somewhat with the silhouette.
That's it for these specific outfits. Now I'm going to go through what I think are the basics of this aesthetic and how I think a lot of people could take inspiration from these movies, from clothing that they already have in their own closet. Or maybe if you go thrifting. I don't know.
So if you'd like to create any outfits inspired by the movie's aesthetic, or what I think the aesthetic entails, let's start with the colors and fabrics to look for. Of course, the combo of white with an array of blues is going to be your best bet. Anything from a pastel to a midnight blue all works for these looks. Also, pieces with like a little bit of detailing and embroidery would be perfect for this, but also sprinkling in bold geometric or even some organic patterns like fruit, dynamic florals, or like a Mediterranean tile inspiration would all be great. Adding warmer tones to your whites and blues like yellows, oranges, and reds can still keep within the aesthetic while adding some variety of color, and adding in some light neutrals would also totally work. Keeping fabrics light such as linens, cottons, poplins, rayons, cotton jerseys, and then the natural fabrics and poly natural blended fabrics can all keep you a little bit cooler in the hot weather and also just give the right feel for the aesthetic. For more specific inspiration, let's dive into what I'd look for in particular pieces of clothing. Let's start with dresses and skirts. The gathered tier skirts that have been really popular for the past few years would be perfect for this look, as well as skirts with bold patterns like this floral one I'm showing here. A slightly looser fit would be preferred, but anything from being gathered to a slim cut could all work within the aesthetic. Midi and maxi lengths would probably be best to stick to, and dresses follow a similar look. And for the tops of the dresses, I would go for details like spaghetti straps, center straps, a v-neck, and shirred waist, to just name a few. Dresses and skirts that could double as beach cover-ups would honestly be absolute perfection here. One of the best options for this look as far as tops go is the peasant blouse, with shirring, cotton lace, eyelet detailing, or embroidery. Other great options could be sleeveless blouses, baby tees, a swimsuit, camis, and crochet tops with details like cute buttons, super light, almost gossamer fabrics, or maybe a little bit of cropping. There's a ton of options that, along with certain details, will totally sell the look. Even basic t-shirts can totally work if paired with the right pieces. I would feel like tops can be a lot more flexible than possibly the other pieces that I'm going to show here. Just like with skirts and dresses, big, bold patterns in blue and white colors really sell the look as far as pants and shorts in these outfits, but so many colors could work, and that wider and looser fit would be best. Of course, overalls would be perfect, and depending if you want to be more inspired by Donna or younger Donna, you could go for a looser or slimmer fit. And of course, blue is probably the best option. You probably make many different colors work here. Shorts work great for the look as well, even though they are worn less often, but shirring at the waist, added lace and embroidery details, and that looser fit will all help get that aesthetic across. Accessories can really help push that Mamma Mia look, because your outfit can be really simple, but add the right piece of jewelry or a hat and voila, you are Donna or Sophie coated. Straw hats in a classic sun hat style or cowboy hat style is the perfect addition here. I love baseball hats and I wear them most of the time in hot weather, but if I really want to be inspired by this aesthetic, I would stick to that beachy sun hat look. For jewelry, layering a few chain necklaces with natural stones could add a lot of dimension. You could also wear a necklace with a big, bold pendant like that butterfly necklace I was talking about earlier, and natural looking or Baroque pearls, they can be real or fake, it doesn't matter, give that kind of beachy vibe while remaining kind of simple. Now here you could also have a bit more fun, because the jewelry worn in these movies aren't very beachy, but adding something like body jewelry or necklaces or bracelets with a beach motif, I think could really push that look towards more of a Mamma Mia vibe. Some great bag options are straw or crocheted tote bags, or even a bag in the color motif that I mentioned earlier would be an easy but great addition to any of these looks. And lastly, I don't believe anyone really wears headscarves in the movies, but for some reason for me, these give big Mamma Mia vibes. And they are also my hair accessory of choice in the summer. They keep your hair out of your face while you're sweating, but they add just like a little bit of something something. For shoes, yes, I'm counting shoes as accessories. Sandals are of course the easiest and quote unquote coolest temperature-wise option in the hotter weather, but non-athletic sneakers are worn a ton, especially in the first movie. Some shoes with a more 70s inspiration could really sell a simpler outfit, like clogs, and you can try boots if you want to, maybe if you live in a cooler climate, but I probably will not be wearing them during these very hot summer months. The great thing is that you don't need many of these pieces to have a ton of different outfit options. I'm gonna call this like a seasonal capsule wardrobe, where a lot of these pieces can mix and match with each other to make so many new outfits that all fit within the aesthetic. And here's a few more examples to show you how I did it. So here I took that skirt from earlier and added a blue top with it. To me, this still gives heavy Donna vibes without being inspired directly by any one outfit. If you have a pair of blue overalls like this, adding a warm toned blouse is a great option. This one is actually kind of perfect. It has like a bandana motif on it, so still works really well. When it gets even hotter outside, which it will, switching out full-length overalls for short overalls is a great substitute. The colors still work great with this lighter denim as well. I even tried it with a swimsuit, and if I lived near a beach, I would live in this outfit all summer. You can really simplify these looks just by pairing a tank top with a skirt, but staying within the color combinations that I mentioned earlier. The added accessories of the headscarf, pearl necklace, and blue sandals still feels like I'm sticking with the aesthetic, especially while keeping within that main color theme. If you don't own a lot of blue, I actually tried a red and white outfit with blue accessories, and I think this still totally works. If you can't tell, I remembered by this point that I had this belt and I wore it with basically every single one of these outfits. And lastly, if you feel like you don't have a dress that goes with the aesthetic, adding a peasant blouse underneath or over top can totally sell the look a little bit more.
Every year, I actively try to find things that I enjoy about summer. I don't like having a whole season where I'm not like excited about anything. So I'm trying my best, and I actually think that this is going to really help me because I feel like so many of these outfits, if maybe you change them like you did the shorts overalls like I did in a couple of outfits, you can give off this aesthetic and still not be too hot. I feel like so many summer movies that take place during the summer don't actually clothe people in a way that you would dress. But I feel like the Mamma Mia movies do a pretty good job. I feel like it could actually be hot outside and you could wear a lot of the outfits that I wore in this video. I'm so excited to try so many of these outfits when it actually gets hot outside. Again, today it's like 75 and disgusting. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more from me, be sure to subscribe and like and comment. All those things really help me out. I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you back here next time. Bye.